We talked about this a few weeks ago.
We did?
Not this beer in particular, but we talked about how I don't think I'm a lager guy.
Oh, right, yeah. Because what you mean when we did the Enter Night, and that's a Pilsner and...
Right.
Sort of,
so we had the Pilsner one, and then
Yeah.
we also had the other one as well. It was from, you were up in the Great White North of Arizona.
Oh, yeah, the Spring Lager.
Thank
That's
you.
right, from
the Spring Lager.
Mother
We were
Road.
like, oh, this is a little better, and you're like,
Yeah.
yeah, it was even better on draft.
It was better on draft, yeah.
But I keep trying because
Right.
the style just is not necessarily for me. I'm glad people do like it. It's refreshing. I just always usually want a little bit more flavor, but I'm always open to that. Maybe someday we'll find that. Do you know if we found that or not? Is that why you've brought it to the table?
This? No.
Yes.
Oh, absolutely not. There's
Oh,
other
okay.
backstory behind this.
Excellent.
As to how this got here, but it's not that.
Let's get to all of that for this Give It a Shot. I'm Andrew.
And I'm Keith, and we are AboutBeverages.com, and the beverage that we're about today is the Hanamachi Rice Lager from Bottle Logic Brewing. I believe they're Anaheim, too.
They're
right?
in Anaheim,
Yeah,
California. I went and happened
yeah.
to look them up because for some reason I thought they were more local.
Oh,
and
okay.
they're not.
Okay.
I thought they were in Arizona.
There is another name that was...
Harbottle?
Harbottle.
Harbottle.
That's it, yeah.
That's the one that's actually local.
Which is like, yeah, anyway. But so a couple of things actually happened to make this come together.
Perfect.
So
let me hear it.
One of them was about a little less than a week or so ago, one of my coworkers was asking me if we had anything at Trader Joe's similar to Sapporo. Because he had been asked for that by a customer, and I was like,
Sure.
well, we really don't have anything like that. And I said, and I haven't had a Sapporo in years. I don't even remember what that tastes like. And so we just started talking about that a little bit. And then, actually, I think it was later that day, I was at Tap and Bottle, which is where I got this.
Nice.
And while I was beer shopping, I was enjoying a Recursion IPA from Bottle Logic. And
I've heard a lot about them, but I don't know if I've ever had any of their stuff.
I thought you'd had...
So maybe I have.
Maybe in a
Keith
bomber.
remembers better what I've had than I do,
thought
which is
brought,
true.
Maybe in a bomber I brought one
Possibly.
over, or we had it at a party. Anyways, and it was really good.
And you were enjoying that because it was really good.
It was really good.
It was really good.
And so I was enjoying that shopping. I got a couple other things. And then I asked the guy there, I said, hey, do you have anything else from Bottle Logic right now in cans or bottles? And there were just a couple of things, and one of them was was the Rice Lager. So I thought it was fortuitous. It was meant to happen that I was having this conversation, then here's this, and so I thought, and it's something different. It's not.
Yeah.
I mean, we've had a Japanese beer earlier this year.
We did. We had an
the
IPA. Yeah.
But I thought this is a very different style again, so something for us to try. And at least it's a little bit of different conversations. So.
All right, let's go ahead and do it. There's a couple attractive geishas on there. They're fanning the flames of my love of the lager, I guess. Is that what they're going for?
Is that what they're...
I know.
Man. Lager love.
That's that song by Golden Earring, isn't it? Oh, that's Radar
Love.
Okay.
So, and so I just did a little reading, and I'm going to do it right now.
Sure.
Again, Japanese rice lagers are brewed with rice in addition to barley in the grain mix. Obviously, the rice provides fermentable sugars, but it's going to be lower in alcohol, light in color and body, crisp, refreshing with a generally dry finish is, in general, what we're looking for from a rice lager.
It does say, actually, you can probably barely see it right here in the graphic. It says super dry.
Super dry.
So I almost thought maybe this was what was that style?
Brut?
The Brut.
The Brut IPA.
But it is not.
No.
So we're gonna give that a check there. What do you got? What do you got for me?
Not a lot going on in there.
It is very
light.
it is very light. I took a second there while we were sniffing, and I saw 5% ABV, 15 IBUs.
Right.
So there's a little bit of hop going on in there.
Yeah, but
I'm not saying I'm getting that. I'm getting actually just kind of like, it's definitely very like a sweet rice. It smells almost like rice.
Yeah,
like
there is
that kind of has that natural sweetness to it, that grain kind of sweetness that's in there.
Right.
There's kind of that natural lager flavor. There's that kind of fruit kind of coming through. We've called it ballpark before, where it's like, it just reminds you of the beers you used to have at a ballpark when you were a child. I don't know why I was about to say it that way.
When I was a youngster.
When I was a youngster. No,
I'd
when
ride my bicycle to the
you just what you
the
could
ball
find.
field.
Although you can find a lot better stuff at ballparks now, so that kind of almost doesn't fit. But I think you know what we mean. But yeah, there's not a lot else going on.
No, there's not much going on.
I'm guessing this is just meant to be super dry and refreshing. So should we find out what it tastes like?
Check it out.
Okay. What you got for me?
It's almost.
Uh-oh, here it comes.
There's like nothing there.
See, so it's funny you say that.
There's a little dry.
It's dry. It reminds me of like a light, like Pinot Grigio, like a light white wine. I'm getting a little bit of fruit. That sweet is still there. And I'm surprisingly not getting as much lager as I sometimes get out of other things. It's there on the finish, because but I think there's just enough bitterness that it kind of hits back there a little bit. You know, so there's like that kind of that kind of cuts that. Yeah,
it's a little yeasty.
Maybe that's kind of some of the fruit. I like it. Yeah, it's kind of sourdough like a little bit of, but a light version of that. Yeah. But yeah, I'm getting very much like it. Like for some reason, it reminds me of like if you have a peanut where it's like it almost tastes like watery alcohol. You know, like when you get that, and there's a little bit of fruit. That's kind of what it reminds me of. This is probably one of the better ones I've had. Just because I could see this being like the first beer I'm about to walk outside. And we're gonna go in the pool, you know, like maybe I'm not ready for the next wave of flavor yet. So I'm not ready for flavor. I want some to grease the palate wheels, as it were.
I want some to provide an even base. Just take off all the rough edges.
Exactly.
But not necessarily doing.
Exactly. And then you go from this, then you go to the Enternight Pilsner, you move up to there, and then you go on to your IPAs. But no, I'm guessing this is in the $3 to $4 range.
For that, yes, it was. I could look at my email, but that would be boring. Boring.
Yeah, like I said, that.
Video.
So I would not pay that much for this, just because for that amount I can get more flavor that I'm looking for. But if, again, like we always talk about, like if you went over someone's house and they had one of these in the chest, or if I mean you're having festivities this weekend and we're going to go in the pool, if one of these is in there, I would actually might grab one of these. I'd be like, oh, great, I'll crush this, or I'll share it with somebody, or whatever else. So I can see where people would like this, and but it would, for the money that you're having to pay for this quality, to get to that level, it's still not the level that I could get for other things.
I do agree that this would be great with sushi, though.
Oh,
because a wide range, it would help if there was something really spicy. It would just be, and honestly, and I mean this in a good way, kind of just like laying that foundation.
I noticed you karate chopped when you said that, too.
No, I wasn't. No, I was.
You lay that foundation.
No, I did not do that aggressive fashion.
Oh, I thought you did.
I was just, okay, I won't move my hand. It would lay that foundation for other flavors to be layered upon, and provide a good base. Yeah. I do. You're right. It's not as lagery, and
there's a lot of, like, and you mentioning sushi, and they mentioned that on the can, and it is a rice lager. So it seems like that all would tie together, and I think it completely would be, just because of, you know, you think about sushi being lighter, delicate flavors, and the tunas and different things that you get. So
yeah, you probably could. Oh, damn it!
What? What are you telling me you'd want a shotgun one of these? Is this what you're about to say? That's about what you were going to say, wasn't it?
I did. I got distracted.
You just want to down one of these. I don't know if I would shotgun this. It's too expensive.
No, that's right.
But yeah, like I said, I like it. I've wanted to try other things from Bottle Logic, so I know if they're doing right by this. I'm excited to try other things that they have to offer, but like I said, at this price, I'd rather have more flavor, and that's kind of where I'm always going to be at. As this warms,
there is a little sweetness. I think you picked up on it already, though. You said, right?
I did. Yeah,
I did get just at my last sip. I got a little sweetness. So
yeah, just not unlike the great Walter Payton, and you get a touch of sweetness.
That's right.
Rest in peace. I have no idea how to segue from that, so I'm just going to say, whenever you get a chance, you should either drop by our website at aboutbeverages.com, or you can go to YouTube and check out more videos just like this one. We have a whole channel there that you can subscribe to. We'd appreciate it if you'd want to go ahead and
hopefully
do that.
They're a little different than this one.
Maybe a little bit different. Same format,
not
always about beer, although there's a lot of beer, but there's also lots of other things: waters, whiskeys, sodas, all different kinds of things. We might be doing some PIB reviews at some point. Who knows?
Yeah,
all these kinds of things can happen. We also have 3 platforms of social media that we like to post things on. In fact, one of them, Instagram, I just posted to today, right before we started doing this. Right. There's another 2. I always kind of forget them. What are the other 2?
Facebook.
That's one.
And Twitter.
We're on Twitter quite a lot. That's where you can find out when we're going live, if there's new shows coming up, what other beverages we might be having. We would appreciate it if you would follow us there, too.
I had to let everybody know today it wasn't going to happen on Thursday. It was happening tonight.
I love that. Yeah, we got some retweets from that. It was very nice. That was very cool. But, as we always say, whether we like it or not,
you should give it a shot.